everyone. Welcome to Spell It Out Wednesday, a new feature on the Mealtime Memories page. I'm super excited to be here with you guys today. I decided to start this new series, Spell It Out Wednesday. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I just need a little extra help with things. And one of my most requested ideas to go over with everyone is about this pressure cooker. And it's going to be the first video in this new series, Spell It Out Wednesday. I know I have a hard time spelling the word Wednesday, so I thought it was a fun way to play on words a little bit. But if you guys don't know me, my name is Kristen, and I am the owner of this Mealtime Memories page. I am a director with Pampered Chef, which means that I'm a traveling kitchen consultant. Right now, I'm not necessarily traveling. I'm traveling virtually right now in life. But I normally travel to people's houses, do cooking demos with them, cooking lessons with them, and really give them some inspiration in the kitchen. Really, my biggest mission is to get families back around the mealtime table, the family table. I'm a mom of two, and I've been married for almost 13 years. We have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old, and just trying to figure out this whole new life right now. I'm really, really fortunate for my job to be so flexible, but I do find myself having a hard time managing all that I want to do with my business and making sure that I still want to be the wife and mother I want to be, which means that one thing that's never sacrificed is dinner time. We eat dinner together almost every day of the week, even before this. So let's start with with pressure cooking. We're going to look at pressure cooking 101. I'm going to explain a little bit how a pressure cooker works, why you need to use a pressure cooker, and some recipes to start with, and just some extra little tips. So I'm going to feature specifically the Pampered Chef Quick Cooker, because the Pampered Chef Quick Cooker is what I know how to use. To be totally honest, it was the product that introduced me to pressure cooking. Plus, being a Pampered Chef consultant, I know I can speak very, very highly about this product and how it's used. I've had this for over 2 years now in my kitchen. So a pressure cooker, a lot of people are intimidated with, but there's no need to be intimidated by pressure cooking. I know that there's a lot of horror stories with it, but as long as you know the recipe, and as long as you follow a couple of these tips, you are going to be off and running and never looking back. My husband actually credits the pressure cooking, or the Pampered Chef Quick Cooker, with helping him lose 40 pounds over the last year, because we were able to cook real whole foods. He was able to try a lot of new foods. He had a very shallow palate, I should say, not very deep palate. And so this helped him explore new foods and really get into the whole food arena and out of the processed stuff. So pressure cooking is basically you pressure cook food. It cooks very, very quickly. And the great thing about it is you can even cook frozen meats. So if you forget to plan or you don't plan, which a lot of people I know do, pressure cooking is for you, because you don't even have to plan ahead for slow cooker stuff. You can do it right in a pressure cooker. A pressure cooker builds pressure inside of here. So let me show you. I'll take the lid off. And then we have our inner pot. The inner pot is stainless steel. This one is a 6-quart one. It's a perfect size for my family of 4. So we would use this mostly for dinners or extra large side portions, okay? It builds pressure inside of here, and it actually brings it above the boiling point, which is how it cooks it so quickly. And I'm talking like cooking white rice in 4 minutes, or a pot roast in 35 minutes. Or cheesecake in 40 minutes, okay? So there's a lot of different, it's very versatile. You can do a lot of things in here. The other great thing about pressure cooking is, one of my husband's favorite things about it is that it doesn't meld together those flavors oftentimes like slow cooking does, where everything kind of tastes the same. It really still kind of isolates those flavors and then intensifies flavors. So you don't have to add as much seasonings to something as if you did in the slow cooker, where everything kind of cooks out, okay? And again, pressure cooking is great for those that don't plan ahead or forget to plan, which it's all happened to us before. So we have our inner pot here. We actually have our heating element back here, and then we have our lid. Our lid has a couple different features to it, okay? This is the pressure release button here. When you release the pressure, you literally just press it down. It's depressed, and all of your steam will come out of the back, okay? The great thing about it too is the way that it angles. It's still very hot. You obviously don't want to put anything in front of it, But the great thing about it is it points backwards. It bends backwards away from the pressure release, okay? We also have the pressure release, which is actually a magnet. Okay, and in the pressure cooker, the Pampered Chef pressure cooker, there are two little steam vent clouds on here. Those need to be lined up for this magnet to seal appropriately. We also have this guy on the side here. I call this guy my turkey popper because it's actually what shows us when it's under pressure. When it's up, it's under pressure. We know that all the pressure is released when it goes back down, okay? This is not abnormal for any pressure cooker. All pressure cookers have these similar features, okay? On the other side is our inner ring. This is actually what seals, okay? This is removable and dishwasher safe. I will say it is silicone, so it will hold odors. So if you were to do like a dish with onions and peppers in it, it's gonna smell like onions and peppers for a while. That's why Pampered Chef actually provides you with multiple rings that you can purchase, so different colors. So like if I were to make cheesecake, I often grab my teal one for desserts or like pudding or berry cobbler cakes. The black one is just a replacement seal, and then of course it comes with the clear silicone one. So the color coding of them is only based if you are gonna color code, if you're gonna do desserts and things like that, okay? So that's kind of the mechanics of the pressure cooker, specifically the quick cooker. And then the seal, the lid, let me put this guy back on here, seals on and off, okay? There should never be anything that hangs up on it. That's a whole nother video about troubleshooting things, okay? But it should look like this. Your button should not be depressed, your cloud should be lined up, and your red button should be down, and it should be sealed. It doesn't lock shut, but you can tell when it's all the way closed because it makes those pretty noises for you, okay? It also comes with, I like to call this my pizza table. If you guys, I'm from Chicago, and we often get pizza tables in our flat pizzas. And so we call this the pizza table, but really this is a rack. So it elevates food within the inside of your pressure cooker. Specifically, like I put hard-boiled eggs. If I do hard-boiled eggs, I put that on there. Or when we do pressure cooking 201 next week, and I talk to you guys about accessories, you'll see some things that sit on this rack as well. Otherwise, everything gets just put right into the bottom of the pressure cooker of the inner pot, which is stainless steel and dishwasher safe. So that makes it really easy to clean as well. So this guy has 16 settings. Bring it a little closer so you can kind of see it, okay? 16 settings. So we have a sear, which actually acts as like a stovetop. You can sear things right in it. We have a steam feature, a slow cook feature, which is awesome because we just came out with a new accessory for slow cooking, and proofing bread. So it makes bread rise and it's beautifully risen inside of here, and then you bake it in the oven. We have a chicken and poultry setting, beef and pork, fish and seafood, soup and stock. Then it comes back over here to white rice, brown rice, get some extra time because that's not broken down into white rice. Our whole grains like quinoa. We have a bean setting. I just can't even believe this cooks raw beans in 25 minutes, no soaking required. Stew and chili, and then dessert. And my favorite dessert to do in here is cheesecake, yum-o. So this is super easy. You're able to adjust it to whatever initial setting either your recipe tells you, or if you're kind of winging it. If you say do a beef and pork and you need to adjust the time because 35 is too much or too little, you'll just come in here to time. You'll go, oops, sorry. Then you'll use your arrows, time. You'll go up and down to whatever you need. And then you would just go ahead and hit the start button. And from there, the machine takes over and makes everything to come to pressure, okay? There's a delay setting on here that you can delay food start and also keep warm. So after this is done cooking, it'll actually just keep it warm, kind of like a slow cooker, and it'll naturally release the pressure that way, okay? So lots of really awesome features. Let's see, it's kind of like a set it and forget it because you don't really have to watch over it. As long as it's sealed and doing its thing, it doesn't get hot to the touch on the outside. So oftentimes when my kids were still in regular full day school, before all this, they would come home, I would be making dinner on the island, and then they would be doing their homework on the other side of it, and I had no issue with them working right next to the pressure cooker. Now, to come to pressure, you absolutely need at least 1 cup of water or liquid in here. Water, broth, sauce, marinade. in here for it to come to pressure, or else it won't come to pressure correctly and your food will not turn out. So you always need to add liquid to pressure cooking, and it won't evaporate in here because it's all sealed together. Not like a slow cooker that it evaporates out and cooks slowly all day. This cooks very quickly and intensely in one spot. There are two different releases here. You have a natural release or a manual release based on your recipe. A manual release means when it's done with the cook time, you come over here, press the button, and let all the steam come out instantaneously. There are some recipes that call for a natural release. A natural release is when you just let it sit on warm. So when it's done cooking, you just leave it alone, let it count up to the warming minutes, and let this come down naturally on its own. And like I said, the machine will do the work for you. Okay, and it just adds some extra residual cooking time to whatever you're cooking that day. Oftentimes I use the natural release on pork roasts, beef roasts. The cheesecake needs a natural release. There's some recipes that just need a natural release instead of that quick manual release, okay? Let's see, I'm just going over in my notes to make sure I didn't forget anything. The food in here is gonna taste like it's cooked all day because like I said, it intensifies the flavors. There is a difference between cook time and come to pressure time. So when you set the white rice for 4 minutes over here, I mean, that sounds like pretty amazing that it cooks white rice in 4 minutes, and it does indeed cook in 4 minutes. However, you always have to add a come to pressure time as well when you're doing pressure cooking. Usually it takes about 5 to 10 minutes for something to come to pressure if it's about a cup of liquid. If it's over a cup of liquid, it could take 15, 20, 25 minutes, like a super stew, to come to pressure, and then the cook time is added on top of it. However, remember, it's a set it and forget it, so you don't even have to concern yourself with the come to pressure and cook time because you're just letting it do its thing. Most things take about 5 to 10 minutes to come to pressure. And then depending on what you're cooking, like if I do white rice, it's a 4-minute cook time. If I'm doing a chicken breast, it's 10 to 15 minutes, you know, things like that. The other great thing is this guy comes with a cooking guide. Let me see if I have it in my drawer here. That is one thing I forgot to pull out for today. Unfortunately, I think I left it upstairs, but it comes with a cooking guide. And the cooking guide is great because it gives you a full color chart of everything, all the different kinds of foods you can make, plus recipes. Okay, next week we're going to go over all the accessories that go in this quick cooker, the pressure cooker. So pressure cooking 201. Things I would definitely recommend that you start cooking in here right away are trying some hard-boiled eggs. They peel amazingly and cook perfectly. My other favorite one is called a salsa chicken, and it's literally chicken breast, salsa, taco seasoning. That's it. And that takes, I think it's a 9-minute quick cooker time. And then you just chop it all up. I also would recommend just some chicken breast with some seasoning and some liquid, and just creating a batch of chicken for you to use maybe all weekend salads or something like that. So start really simple. Don't be jumping to the dessert setting. Don't be jumping maybe to proofing bread or trying multi-tiered different recipes, like levels of it, searing and sauteing and then cooking and then all this kind of stuff. Start really basic with yourself and cook yourself a really nice batch of salsa chicken tacos and a nice round of hard-boiled eggs, just so you get used to some of the controls on here. Even starting with white rice is super simple. I do a cup of rice to a cup and a half of water, put it right in the inner pot, set it for white rice, and let it go. And again, I love making it here when I have huge batches of rice to make. This also does pasta as well, and pasta had gluten-free or regular pasta, and it comes out great every time. So pressure cooking 101. I am super happy to be here with you guys today to show you just kind of a rundown of specifically the Pampered Chef Quick Cooker, and how it works and why it's a good fit for you, pressure cooking in general. So next week we're going to come back and we're going to look at some accessories. So I brought all my accessories down today. Next week is 201. We're going to look at steaming baskets. We're going to look at a ceramic pot. We're going to look at the slow cooker lid, maybe a little cheesecake action, and then some steamer racks that we're going to look at as well. So we're going to look at some accessories that go with the pressure cooker next week. If you guys have any topics that you want me to go over, believe me, I have a whole list of topics that I have ideas for. But if there's anything that you want me to pause and reflect on and spell it out on a Wednesday, please do not hesitate to reach out. Thank you so much for joining me today on my very first Spell It Out Wednesday. Leave me some feedback. Drop your questions in the comments. Let me know if there are any questions that maybe I didn't explicitly go over or state, or just you need a little additional clarification. That's what I'm here for. All right, guys, I hope you have a beautiful Wednesday. Hope everyone's staying safe and healthy, and we'll catch you next week. Bye, guys.